But this was just very much like, okay, like, this is here, this is manifest, this is quite flagrantly obvious, you know, and it's not trying to hide itself from me, because as I then looked at it, and then kind of slowly began to look away, it was like the energy followed my vision. It was pulsating, it was green, it was mist-like. At points it would go almost a little bit whitish. What else can I say about this energy? I concentrated on it so intently at one point that everything started going blurry. It was like all I could see was the energy. In fact, I get this a lot, not just with the green energy, but just with focus and concentration, generally speaking. If I focus my intent on one specific thing, I can block out everything else but the thing I'm concentrating on. And it was almost like that was happening when I focused on this green energy. And yeah, it was amazing that every time I looked back and then looked over, it would roll with my vision. It was very much aware of my consciousness. It was very much aware that I was looking at it. And it was trying to center itself, I believe, in my vision to say, I'm here, you know, feel me. Tune in, plug in. Feel free to take a little bit if you want, and give some back in return. And I did, because I felt wonderful. I felt absolutely wonderful. I couldn't actually continue on with the rest of the meditation because something came up and I got distracted and I couldn't get back into it. But that beginning bit was just wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And Ryan definitely has got a good knack at guiding people through meditations. He's got a real skill at it, and I look forward to being guided by him more in the future, because it definitely brought about an interesting feeling. Like I said, I've experienced very similar things before, but this was just slightly different. It was just slightly more tangible than usual. It was slightly more obvious and in my face. And yeah, it was just awesome. And like I said, the more and more I concentrated on it, the more and more it just took over my vision. It just, yeah. You know that thing I've talked about in the past, in my previous energetic changes videos, I mentioned how everything goes shiny sometimes when I'm really feeling something. And the same thing happened there. It was like everything just merged and everything went blurry, and all I could see was the energy, and it was just shiny and brilliant and fluorescent and awesome. Just awesome stuff. And I strive towards feeling that sort of intense energy daily, hourly, all the time. I want to experience it all the time, you know, because it's just such a nice feeling. It's just such a content, fulfilled feeling when you tune in, when you tap into that sort of energy. It's just wonderful. And for the skeptics out there, you know, even if it is just delusion, it feels good. It feels real nice. So if I am just deluding myself, if I am just hallucinating, if I am just fabricating these emotions, so be it, because they feel good. You know? Why not pursue something that makes you feel good, even if it is unreal? You watch a movie, right? That makes you feel good. Watching a movie that entertains you, that's not real. You still watch it, you still enjoy it, you still immerse yourself in it. Same thing with this. Even if this is all just delusion, I'm still going to pursue that delusion, you know. But I don't think it is, really. I'm just very, very open-minded, so to be truly open-minded, you've got to be open-minded to the fact that you could just be losing your mind. You've got to be. Otherwise, you're not truly open-minded. I mean, honestly, it's really as simple as that, in my opinion. These people that believe they're spiritual and open-minded but they're totally shut off from the thought that it could be anything else, that there could be any sort of normal explanation to these things. That's not true open-mindedness, that really isn't. True open-mindedness is knowing that you know nothing, and that everything that you do believe is just a belief. You can't prove any of this. Even if you believe you've been on a craft with ETs, you very well may have, or it could have just been a delusion, it could have just been a dream. You don't know, you can't prove these things. But in a sense, that's the beautiful thing about it. You can't prove these things, so what are you going to do with that information? You're going to just roll with it, take from it what you will, enjoy it in the way you want to enjoy it? Yeah. Just do that. Do that. Take from it what you will. And feel free to pursue the thought of it being something grand and magnificent and otherworldly, something really important's going on. Pursue that. I do. I do feel these feelings. I feel like we are heading towards something really beautiful, really grand in nature. But at the same time, I am more than open to the fact that we are just experiencing mass delusion as a species. We're having some sort of mass mental breakdown. And we are feeding off each other's mental breakdown. I'm open to that. But if I had to lay money on it, I wouldn't. I don't think that's really what's happening. I do think there is something a lot bigger going on here. I think there is more to life than meets the eye. But I'm not going to be ignorant enough and arrogant enough to say that I'm 100% sure about that. I mean, that is pure arrogance. To be so cocksure about something that is so obscure, so far out there, is just arrogant and misguided, I think. So that's why I leave things open, interpret these things in whatever way you want. I don't know. I really don't. I have my ideas, I have my beliefs, but they're nothing more than beliefs. Okay, so the last thing is just a little thing really, but I've noticed that since mid-March of this year, my natural sleep pattern has increased to around 10 hours of sleep a night. No idea what this means really. I think it might be that I'm trying to tune into those realms a little bit more because I'm feeling starved in this realm a little bit recently. I feel very numb in this realm recently. I've been improving, as you all know, over the last couple of weeks, but I still feel that from time to time. A little bit numb, a little bit, like I said, I want to feel the kind of feeling I feel with the green energy all the time, but I don't. Oh, I've just remembered something else that I've been experiencing recently. This always seems to happen. Hang on, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me just talk about this sleep pattern thing first. Yeah, so I think this whole thing with me sleeping more might be that I'm trying to tune into those realms more because I'm feeling quite numb. I'm feeling like I need that connection to the other realms, At the moment, I'm feeling very much homesick, I think. And not just homesick in the sense of me being away from England, but homesick, real homesick. I feel the most alive, I feel like the real me when I'm in the dream realm, in a sense. And so that's why I think possibly why I'm sleeping a lot more at the moment. Because Chelsea broke up with me in February, and then I went on this massive journey across the country to Arkansas, from hotels to apartments to another hotel, back and forth to a massive house in northwest Arkansas, all this crazy stuff going on, So it might also just be the fact that I'm a little bit unsettled, I'm all over the place, and I'm maybe not fully grounded.